Hi, my name is Sheridan aka Tap Studios, and for this video I'm going to be showing you my portfolio for the animation program at Sheridan College. Now, although I didn't get accepted, I was thinking that this video would be helpful for future applicants, and also maybe I can give some advice for what I thought were my weak spots and my strong spots. For this year, the cutoff was 85%, and at the bottom there, you can see I got 73, which means I was off by about 12 marks. Now, first things first, we have figure drawing. For figure drawing, you have to do 2 long poses of sitting or standing, and then 2 short poses that are more gestural and show movement. One thing I learned that would help a lot is you want to be drawing with your shoulder rather than your wrist, because with these drawings you really want to be using the bigger size newsprint paper with Conte or charcoal. Honestly, there's no requirement saying you have to, but you do use them at Sheridan. So drawing with your shoulder rather than your wrist helps give a better sense of movement. I think I did pretty good in this section considering I got 8 out of 10, but for next year I'm definitely going to try and show that I have an understanding of anatomy without the shading, because I feel like in the first 2 long poses without shading it wouldn't really look that well, and I've heard that Sheridan, they don't prefer shading. And next we have the hand drawing. For this year they wanted us to do a hand approaching a doorknob and then the hand grasping the doorknob. I feel like my poses were pretty boring and I should have used more exaggeration, because that's what they usually want to see. Also, another thing I should have done was show more construction in the hand, because without construction, it seems to be pretty flat. And next, we have character rotation. Overall, I like this character, but the rotation wasn't done too well. In the far right, you see the legs are pretty off, and also I feel like there's certain things I could have done to help make the character more simple. For example, putting the arm up like that and having the legs kind of shifted like so kind of made the rotation a lot harder for me. So I feel like for next year I'm definitely going to go with a simpler pose while still showing expression and getting the rotations down correct. And next we have short animation. For this year they gave us a character and it was just a juice box. Here I wanted to show kind of an expression with the face, adding it. I didn't know if they would take marks off for that, and I still don't really know if they did, but now that I look back at it, this animation is kind of rough, especially since this was my first finished animation. So definitely I'd suggest practicing a couple times before doing your final. Also, another thing, you really want to show them that you understand the principles to animation. This would be the physics to animation. Taking a physics course in high school kind of helped me, because I got to understand the concept of inertia, where that's like when things are moving forward, they fling forward even when stopping. Another thing, you really want to show squash and stretch, and I feel like I could have exaggerated that a bit more, but even when trying to exaggerate that, you want to make sure everything stays the same size without looking too distorted. Next, we have storyboard. For the storyboard, they give us a model sheet of a character and a theme. This year's theme was Don't Judge a Book by its cover. A couple flaws that I've seen in my storyboard is definitely I took way too much time doing the backgrounds, and if I'm being honest, the backgrounds took more time than making the actual characters. And one thing you want to make sure is your characters are spot on, whereas they look the same in each shot. Another thing I can say is definitely make sure your story's clear, whereas you could show someone the storyboard and they wouldn't have to read the caption at the bottom to understand it. And the most important advice I can give on this is start it early. Don't be like me and leave this for the last one, because this is a quarter of the portfolio. Portfolio is 100 marks and this is 25 marks. So me leaving this for the last was definitely not a good idea. And next we have perspective line drawing. For these drawings we needed to do an interior and an exterior drawing, both having at least one character. For me personally, these drawings were actually pretty fun. One thing you want to make sure you look out for is know what you're drawing. Have a clear story, and in the foreground, middle ground, and background, make sure you have a variety of line weight. Whereas in the foreground, the lines are thicker, and as you go farther, the lines get thinner. That's one thing I feel like I messed up on. I understood it, but it's not very clear. Next, we have personal artwork. For personal artwork, you get to put in 5 pieces showing your style, showing them why you should be accepted to the program. Altogether, I'm actually really happy how these artworks look, but for my personal art, I feel like it's giving me more so illustration portfolio rather than animation. Yes, you want to make sure that you use a variety of mediums and styles, but one thing is you don't want to put in a bunch of realism, because this is an animation program and you're more so not doing realistic drawings. Also, I would say don't do anything you feel like you're not good at. You want to put in your strong spots. For example, if I'm kind of weak on actually animating, I'm not going to put in a demo reel of animations when I'm better at painting. So if you're better at something, put that in over just putting in something you're not too good at. Although you do need variety, make sure you're showing your best work. Great, so that pretty much just sums up my portfolio here. I'm definitely going to be applying again this year, so fingers crossed. If anybody has any questions, be sure to ask me down below. And good luck to all the new applicants this year. Bye.